Neighbors and friends, I stand before you today with a great enthusiasm and a deep sense of commitment as I introduce myself as a candidate for the Salem School Committee. Thank you to Salem Access TV for hosting the candidates and providing us a forum to share our views. Local programs like SATV are critical to having an engaged city and tackling the challenges that lie ahead. Back in 2020, I followed my North Shore native wife to Salem, where I fell head over heels for this city. We decided to make Salem our forever home and plan to raise our family here someday. As a first-generation American, my family always instilled in me a passion for being involved and paying attention to our community. So it was no surprise when I began getting involved in Salem in small ways at first. Building a community for our housing complex, fighting for safe traffic lights and intersections, and joining one of our amazing city committees, the Beautification Committee, which I'm very honored to chair. When the opportunity to run for school committee came up, I knew it would be another great opportunity to give back to this city that I love so much. My journey into educational advocacy started in college and in the nonprofit sector. I began my career at Boston Cares, working with the Boston Public School System, doing transformative projects where I got to work with teachers, principals, and all staff in the BPS system. More recently, I managed low-cost consulting for different New England nonprofits and schools through Empower Success Corps. These experiences opened my eyes to our public schools' incredible potential but unique challenges. The reason why I'm running for school committee is simple. I am passionate about education, and I believe a city's public school system is the heart of its community, connecting everyone to a brighter future. Like many of you, I spent the last few years reading articles about book bannings and anti-education laws, as I like to call them, and Florida teachers having to cover their bookshelves to avoid jail time. This swing towards fascist policy in schools is terrifying and is not representative of what most people want in their schools. In my opinion, the best way to fight extremism is to stop it from entering our schools and to get involved in your community. As a school committee member, I hope to be the voice of all of our students, parents, and teachers fighting for policies that help everyone in our educational ecosystem. What drives me even more is my dedication to students who need the most support. About 72% of our student body here in Salem fall into high needs categories: low-income families, multilingual learners, and students just like me who have a disability. I know the ups and downs that come with living with a learning disability, and I believe that the people making policies for our students should understand that lived experience. Another focus of mine is mental health care access for our students. By giving them access to mental health care services, we're not just helping stabilize their lives but during these turbulent times, but we're also going to see them perform academically as well. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are the cornerstones of a thriving and harmonious educational environment. DEIB is not just about embracing differences in race, ethnicity, gender, sexuality, and background. It's about giving and creating an atmosphere where every student feels valued, respected, safe, and empowered. Career and technical education is a passion of mine too. We must empower our students to know that it's perfectly okay if college is not their chosen path, or just not their path right now. The trades offer promising careers, and we should ensure that our students have access to these opportunities. As someone who took a non-traditional career and educational journey, I have seen firsthand the difference it made in my life to not be put in a box, and to be able to pursue my passions in the order that made sense for me. We've got to look out for our teachers too. They are the backbone of our education system, no question. Yet here in Salem, they're the lowest paid on the North Shore. With the housing crisis in Salem, it's no surprise that young teachers starting out here in Salem are only leaving after 1 to 2 years. Our critical paraprofessionals are sometimes working 2 or even 3 jobs just to afford the skyrocketing cost of living. Let's show them the appreciation they deserve by paying them fairly and giving them career advancement opportunities befitting these highly skilled roles. Finally, we cannot forget about our school buildings. Our buildings are where our teachers teach and our students learn. Learning environments need to be safe, accessible for all, and conducive to learning. Keeping our infrastructure up to date is vital for student success. So as the city explores large investments in our school buildings, like the high school, it's crucial the school committee holds the planning committee accountable for these actions. In summary, I picture Salem schools as vibrant places where kids are excited to learn, where they can discover their passion and chase their dreams. But to make that happen, we got to team up. Students, parents, teachers, the whole community. I know together we can provide our students the education that they deserve and set them up to be the future leaders of Salem, this country, and the entire world. So today I'm asking you for your support on this journey. Please feel free to check out my website, Gulergun4Salem.com. Again, that's Gulergun4, F-O-R, for Salem.com. And email me, henry@Gulergun4Salem.com. Thank you so much.
I'd like to thank SATV for the opportunity to speak for a few moments about my efforts to get on the school committee again. My name's Mary Manning. I'm running for my 3rd term on the school committee. I offer not only the experience of the past 2 terms, or 8 years as a committee member, but also the experience of the prior 42 years as a team player in the Salem Public Schools, as a teacher, as a coach, and an administrator. I believe that the combined experiences bring me to a unique perspective for committee membership. Our students, families, and staff today continue to face new and difficult challenges. Our schools today are asked to take on continually increasingly complicated roles and responsibilities. But Salem Public Schools is now facing our future from a thoughtful, organized perspective that all decisions are to be made based on our core values of belonging, equity, and opportunity. I'd like to take this time to highlight a few areas that I think I can bring my particular experience and some expertise and interest in supporting and leading in these areas. First of all, I want to ensure that all of our decisions, and I stress all, are made from the perspectives of the core values, which again are belonging, equity, and opportunity. This includes issues ranging from transportation, budget, curriculum issues, social emotional learning issues, everything that we do as a system for everyone involved, and which is really the entire Salem community by extension, needs to be based on those core values. And that would be my first priority for the year. We've begun that work. I want to make sure that it continues. We also need to provide students with a peaceful school community where they can grow and learn about both themselves as individuals, about their roles and responsibilities as members of a local and a global community, where they can also learn the specific skills needed for them to be contributing members of those communities. We need to provide sufficient resources, trainings, curriculum materials, and other supports necessary to meet the ongoing social and emotional needs of both our students and our staff. We need to provide coaching to students to learn how to be learners, how to ask the essential questions, how to discriminate among materials both online and off in print, how to make informed decisions about those materials and about their own understanding of it. And they need to learn to do this work both as individuals and as team members. We need to stop the loss of quality staff members to other communities or other careers. Our high expectations of our staff, all our staff, require us to give the supports they need in order to meet those expectations. We need to maintain, or where necessary, reinstate professional and paraprofessional positions in all of our school libraries. We need to support the phenomenal growth in the recent years in our career and technical education programs, both at the middle school and the high school. And we need to provide adequate levels of staffing and of equipment for infrastructure protection and procurement and for maintenance of our buildings and grounds. These are areas I want to focus on. I think that there are obviously many other areas of concern. I think that all of us bring our varied strengths and interests, and when the committee works together, which it has been working very well, I think then we cover the gamut of all the concerns. These would be my focus. It's been a long time since I have felt as hopeful as I do about the Salem Public Schools' future right now. True commitment to these values has already begun to bring some true change where it's been long needed. I sincerely hope to contribute to this change for 4 more years. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Veronica Miranda. I currently serve on the school committee, filling a vacancy for Jim Fleming, who retired. And I decided that I wanted to run for school committee again. So here I am running and hoping to have earned your vote by November 7th. A little bit about me. I have a 6-year-old daughter in 1st grade in Salem Public Schools. I'm at the tail end of my master's program, and I'm also doing some work at a community-based mental health center here in Salem, where I provide care for youth and adults. Some of my background is I am a board commissioner with the Housing Authority, currently serving as a tenant rep, and I'm involved in work around the city, mostly around amplifying voices of people with lower income, people of color, women, and trying to bring the perspective of somebody who grew up in poverty, who lives in poverty, and someone who struggled all throughout school. I worked in the schools for a period of time, serving a couple different roles as a coordinator and a para, and I really wanted to get more involved in school governance and provide a perspective, advocate for youth, educators, the voices of parents, and really do what I could to provide that voice. I have a tenant organizing background, and so that basically means in terms of building people power and kind of bring all voices to the table, that is something that I'm very passionate about. So I decided that I wanted to run for a full term after serving a couple months on the school committee, because I felt that it was a great opportunity to be that voice for the community and bring all those voices to the table. And I hope to have your vote on November 7th. Thank you.